Okay, so I know you're anticipating to know when you're gonna have a visit with your kids, and I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you videotaping?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing.
I know you are.
Okay. Just so we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll get started. My name is Jose Aguilar. I'm a CPS caseworker that has been assigned to your case. And I am the caseworker that's going to be managing your case from now until we come to a resolution, okay? It's April 22nd, 2015, approximately 2:09 p.m. Is that correct? Okay. So the first thing I want to give you is my business card, okay? Which this is a way to get a hold of me. I'll give you an extra copy that we don't have to. So this business card will get a hold of me through email, my fax, cell phone number, and also my office number.
Thank you.
And then those phone numbers, the best way to get a hold of me right now is through my cell phone. You can also email me anytime you like. And if you'd like to send something fax, then you can do that. Or the other way, when I'm here, you can come to the office in the front, and if you need to come by and stop and say, hey, something, then you can do that as well. Okay. So as you know, the state of Texas has custody of your children as of, and I'll give you a date. So as of so 3/24/2015 of this year, that's when the Texas Department of Family and Child Protective Services received TMC of this children, which is temporary management conservatorship. What that means is the state has temporary custody of the kids. Okay? There's a few things that we're going to go over today, and that is more in part of the Family Plan of Service.
That is not Judge Escu's signature. This is Judge Escu's signature. You tell me, how is it that we got two different signatures from Benton Escu?
Okay.
I want to know how that is, because I don't care if he's got a representative or anything. Nobody can sign for him.
Correct.
Only he can sign for himself. Why do those signatures not match?
Now,
Why do they look nothing alike, nor do they look like they have been written by the same person?
let me just remind you one thing, that this is not my rule as to why these two signatures are different.
This is supposedly your order
Correct.
stating that the government has
Well,
custody of my children, but that is not Judge Escu's signature.
Mhm.
That is not his signature. Let me show you something else.
Okay.
Okay? This is Kaimisha. This is her handwriting. Okay? Look at that B. Look at that one. Right there. Now, you look at this signature. You tell me that B is not the same.
which one you pointing at? Here?
Yeah. I want to know why it is that Judge Escu's signature is here. This is not Judge Escu's signature, and that B matches this B on Kaimisha's handwriting.
Again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, that this is not my role to explain why there's two different signatures on these documents, but I can advise you.
I also want to know why my constitutional rights were violated. Why you came into my home when I was not there. You took and removed my children without notifying me. I was also not notified of any advisory hearing or any due process. I found out by a phone call from my grandmother stating that I was no longer allowed to come home, nor was I allowed to collect my belongings.
Again, that is part of the investigations. That the investigation has been completed on your case. The allegations that were listed are stated on the affidavit, and then eventually those are presented to the judge, and the judge makes a determination whether or not this case is accepted as a temporary management conservatorship in the state. When I receive the information, I get the information. There's very little, nothing that I can do to be able to change those things. So, as far as your question for the why the signature is different, I cannot do anything about that. You can, argue that as much as you want in front of the courtroom, if you like.
I plan on taking it to civil rights and civil liberties because this is injustice here.
Right.
This was needless taking of a child. The most you had was truancy, and even at that, you did not have truancy because I had already ordered homeschooling books through the Monarch on Alpha Omega, and I also had already contacted 2 different licensed homeschool providers the day that I found out my children were removed. I was living with my grandmother. How did I have an unstable home? You took my kids and gave them to my grandmother and kicked me out. How was that unstable?
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, there's nothing I can do about the allegations that were stated. Me as a caseworker, this case has been already transferred to the CPS unit, conservatorship, which my job now is to work with you to try to get your kids back in your care.
Okay, let's move forward.
If you have any questions in regards to this, that's something you have to help with.
I understand. Let's go ahead and move forward. I do need this card, and I thank you for this card, okay? And I also need a Child Protective Services handbook that I was not provided with.
I have everything for you today that you're going to need in order for you to start these services, okay?
Thank you, Jose. I do appreciate you being an honest worker. I don't appreciate my rights being trampled over.
Now, if you and I can work on something, I want to ask you something. You remain calm.
I'm trying. I am very trying. I haven't seen my children in a month. I haven't heard their voices. I haven't talked to them. I can't.
And today, Ms. Robertson, that's what we're going to work on.
I understand that. I miss my kids more than I miss life itself.
I need you to work with me. I can't listen to you. I can't hear anything you're saying because you're being too loud.
I understand.
Okay? And we need to show some respect for everybody else who's in this office. Because, there might be another parent in the next office that wants to get this.
Any parent who's ever lost their kids can completely understand exactly what I'm going through and why I'm recording you right now, because I am fighting for their rights just as well as I'm fighting for mine.
And I want to help you get there. That's all I want to do. But I need you to cooperate with me. Can you help me do that? So let's step 1. We'll move forward and we'll see what it says. So this is very similar to this. They're almost identical. 2 books just in case.
Because that one does not list the right information. It says 30 days for an investigation to be closed, and you guys have changed it to 90.
I'm gonna tell you this right now that policies do change a lot, and that's something that I have no control. So whatever I'm giving you the most recent copy of the one I have. So whatever's listed on here is completely correct. If there's something that this book can tell you as well, so there's 2 books. Okay, so I understand you stated earlier when we talked on the phone, and you've been trying to get a hold of you to come in and talk to us about what's going on in the case.
No, nobody tried to get a hold of me, Jose. You are the only one who ever contacted me.
That's what I mean.
And I swear to God, you are the only one that ever contacted me. They had my phone number from the point of Mr. Hoffman's house. Nobody ever contacted me. It wasn't until I came in here with all the paperwork. Actually, I came in here asking what in the world was going on, and it was Billy Littleton who gave me my cause number. I went and pulled the paperwork myself. She's the one that gave me your phone number, and when I called you, you actually contacted me back. Nobody contacted me before that.
Let's move on to this service. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I know you stated earlier when we talked you don't want to sign anything.
I'm not going to sign anything.
But I'm going to provide you
Yes.
with forms that are going to be ordered by the judge or have been ordered by the judge for you to provide us with.
Nothing's been ordered by the judge yet until I actually see his actual signature, because that is not his signature. And as far as I'm concerned, my children aren't even a ward of this department because of the fact that that is a forged signature.
But it looks like there's a temporary order. So all I'm trying to do is just.
I understand, and I'm not trying to trample over anything, or because I know that that they're going to come up with something, but still, once I get a handwriting specialist in here.
Yeah, well, like I said, you can argue anything you want. All I'm trying to do,
I know,
case for ma'am, is trying to provide you with what you're going to need,
right,
in order to get these things.
Right, and I do greatly appreciate that, and I'm sorry that you're the one that gets the blunt end of everything.
I told you yesterday. You know me all you want.
I'm trying to. I really am.
So this is the authorization for release of confidential information. Have you seen this?
No.
One similar to it.
Yes.
So all it does, it says that this you give us, the ability to get, information from therapists, psychologists, and things like that. You list your children right here, and then sign it on one of these lines. You told me earlier today you're not going to sign anything, but as you can see, I'm providing you with a copy.
And the reason I'm not signing anything is because I do not have an adequate attorney right now, and until I can acquire an adequate attorney, I will not sign anything. And really, I shouldn't even be having this meeting. But because of the fact that I care for my children more than I care for life itself, I am here today because I am trying to move forward so I can see my kids, because it's been way too long.